All right, hey YouTube gardeners, hey everybody out there who's interested in gardening. I just want to make this video because I did my garden tour the other day. I had mentioned that I'm growing moringa, and I just wanted to take a few minutes out to talk a little bit more about moringa and why I feel that everybody who lives in a subtropic climate should be growing this tree. For all of you out there who may not know about moringa, who aren't familiar with it, this is a superfood. Like, this is an amazing superfood. This is something that should be a part of everyone's diet. Like, if you're into health and nutrition, sometimes people, they take supplements just to add extra nutrition into their diet when you don't really necessarily need to. I mean, I'm not a nutritionist or doctor, but I just feel like it's better if we get our nutrition directly from our food instead of from like an artificial supplement that you could buy like in the supermarket that's been sitting on the shelf. Like, for me, I'd rather be able to just like go out into my garden and just harvest something that I know is gonna give me the nutrition that I need. And the reason why everyone should be growing it is because moringa has so many vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. Just to throw out a few facts about moringa, the leaves contain about 4 times the amount of calcium that you'd find in a cup of milk. And then there's 7 times the amount of vitamin C that you could get from an orange in 1 serving of moringa. And also there's about 3 times the potassium that you could find in 1 banana. So for all of you folks out there who have low potassium and maybe even be diabetic and don't want to consume a large amount of bananas because of the high sugar, just to get the amount of potassium you need, I would highly recommend moringa. And then also moringa leaves are also really good for lowering blood sugar and regulating your blood sugar. So that's something that you should think about adding to your diet too if you have that type of problem like diabetes. And the other awesome thing about the moringa tree is it grows really easy. It doesn't even matter what kind of soil you have. Honestly, you could just take a cutting, which I have here. I'll show you. This one is pretty long. This is about maybe 12 inches. And for my moringa tree, I honestly just took about a 12-inch cutting and just stuck it in the ground, and then that was it. Like, moringa it just grows so easy. Moringa is gonna be like one of the easiest trees that you ever have and that you grow, because you don't have to worry about watering it regularly. Like, it's very highly drought tolerant. So when you plant it, you want to water it to begin with just to get it started. But after that, honestly, like when I put mine in the ground, I didn't do anything else to it, and it grew to what it is now, which is about 10 feet tall. I highly recommend everyone doing their own research on it, because like all things, there are side effects. I won't go into those too much about what it could be, but as far as I know, all of the people who garden and grow this tree, I haven't heard of anyone that had any problems with it. But still, you have to be smart about what you put in your body and do your research and look into it yourself. The most common part of this tree that's consumed is usually the leaves, because the leaves, those are jam-packed full of the nutrients. Use it as like a spinach substitute, or sometimes like if I'm cooking, I'll just add like just a handful of leaves to whatever I'm cooking, like if it's some sort of soup or stew, you know, just to give it just an extra boost of nutrition. It has like a bit of a strong flavor in my opinion. Like, it's similar to horseradish. Like, it has like a peppery type of flavor to it. So I usually don't put too much of it, but maybe just like a good handful, and it doesn't change the flavor of like whatever I'm cooking that night. Also, the other part of the tree that's edible that I've never had, but I've heard other people try it, is the root. Believe it or not. So the root has like a horseradish flavor, so you could just use the root as a horseradish substitute. The other thing that I actually have had that was like really good is the seed pods. But the key to eating those is they have to be green. So they have to resemble a green bean. And they actually taste just like a green bean too. So I usually just harvest them and chop it up and put it in like a stir fry, and it's delicious. Okay, so I just want to show you guys, give you a quick tutorial on the best way to harvest the leaves off of here. And like if you see the stems that are here, they're edible, so you could leave it on, but let's just say you wanted to take off the leaves just for whatever reason. Like this is the easiest way. You just kind of pinch it and just slide down. And then see, it comes right off, and then you got a big handful. So you don't have to worry about plucking each individual leaf off. It has like a nutty smell to it. I think the flavor of this is kind of unique, and some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it. But if you mix it in with your food, then it's not too bad. I'm not a big fan of eating it raw, only because of the strong taste. But yeah, so this is moringa. Everyone should grow this.